I know you all will have a lot of questions. This is preliminary information. That this is a wide open investigation. This started last night, 10:30 in Livonia. It concluded here today at 9:30 in Detroit. Great work by the Livonia Police Department, the FBI, members of the Detroit Police Department, our Special Victims Unit, everyone. When you hear that there are children involved, everyone put in a lot of work, and we have the best outcome possible, that the two kids have been recovered. I want to thank the community. Could not be more grateful to the community than we are that whatever happened, they had the confidence to come into this precinct and drop these two babies off, and we were able to get them to the hospital and where they're being treated. They're in good condition, being checked out at a local hospital. Again, a lot of questions I know you will have. You won't have a lot of answers, but I'm going to turn it over to Captain Jan from the Livonia Police Department to provide you some insight.
Last night at approximately 10:10 in the evening, we received a call from a woman that reported her children missing from a local hotel in our city. The children were 14 days old, and we immediately began an investigation into their disappearance with the state police, the FBI, the Detroit Police Department, and an Amber Alert was sent out, and today the children were dropped off here safe and sound at the 9th Precinct. We're very grateful for the collaborative law enforcement effort between all the agencies involved and that the children are safe. Currently they're being evaluated at the hospital and making sure that they're okay, and eventually will be reunited with their mother. This is an ongoing investigation, so I really don't have much more to say on that portion of why the children were abducted, but once that becomes available, we'll get in touch with you guys.
Captain, full name and spelling, please.
My last name is spelled Y-O-N as in Nora.
First name?
Gregory.
All right. With that, any questions?
Are we still calling this an abduction?
I'm going to turn it over to the FBI for those answers. That's what I should have done first.
Devin Kowalski, acting special agent in charge of the FBI field office here in Michigan. I want to thank the law enforcement community across the state police, Livonia Police Department leading the investigation, Detroit Police Department, and the members of the FBI Detroit field office for their quick response. The community here enjoys incredible collaboration across all the law enforcement partners that we have, and so we stand with our law enforcement partners and the community to be responsive to the needs. It wasn't long ago that we were standing out here delivering some different news, so I'm very proud of the law enforcement effort. I'm very appreciative of the community, and thank you.
Chief, anybody in custody right now or being questioned?
Livonia is doing that part of the investigation. There are a lot of moving parts, a lot of questions to be asked. As of right now, no one is in custody. But, you know, again, it's a wide open investigation, so we just have to see exactly what they're looking at. But they're going to be the lead in the investigation. The support the collaborative effort and support has been fantastic. The command team, the officers here at the 9th Precinct, FBI, Livonia, and those children are safe, which is, again, the best outcome we could possibly have.
Can you describe the scenario when they were dropped off? I mean, was there dropped at the doorstep? Anything?
No, I'm not going to get too far into it because that's part of the investigation, but they were safely brought inside the precinct, made contact with an officer on the desk. As you can imagine, the entire precinct was on high alert. We got the same Amber Alert that you all had or got. And so to see them walk in with the two babies, we were all very, very happy. But then we have to get into make sure that they're okay and get them to the hospital. So the officers went right into that mode, quickly getting them over to the hospital to make sure that they were treated and good condition.
Chief, who brought them in? Who brought them in, Chief?
9:30, and I'm not going to tell you who,
Okay.
because that could hurt the investigation for Livonia because it's not ours. But I'm sure Livonia's going to update that when they can.
Captain, can you tell us what happened? Can you break it down for us? How do these kids end up missing from this quality, and what happened?
As I
Thank you.
As I explained, the lady left them with two friends, and when she came back, they were gone.
They're
And
friends,
I'm going to
or
leave
is
that.
this
They
man?
were friendly acquaintances.
When did they,
So
had
that's
they just met
pretty
at that
much
time?
all I can say at this point, because we're still trying to figure out exactly what happened and why they disappeared to begin with.
Where's Mom right now?
She's with us.
You guys decided to arrest?
Nope. So we're looking to reunite everybody.
Why were they at the hotel and you deal with brought them there?
Not at this time, no.
Does her story add up that the family is saying that she went for a pop and the kids are gone?
That is part of the investigation, so I'm not going to elaborate on any of that. So.
When they are turned over, you had mentioned turned over to mom. Is that accurate?
That's the whole chess. Yes.
Have you guys been able to find the vehicle of the ones that you guys were looking for this morning?
We're just going to leave it at that
So
right
the
now.
vehicle's not been found yet?
It's not in custody as of now.
Are you still looking for it though?
Of course.
Mr. Kolowski, can you talk to about the card team and how they ended up playing a role in this investigation?
Anytime there's a situation like this, the full weight of the FBI, field office, headquarters, anything that we can bring to bear to help our partners is we do. The resources are, the CARD is one of those, a child abduction response team, and fortunately this situation resolved itself to where a full deployment was not necessary, but everybody was ready to go, embedded with the Livonia Police Department, conducting the logical investigation to help find these children safely. Thank you.
Not to get into semantics, but is the term abduction no longer appropriate? Meaning, was this ever an abduction?
I can say it was reported as an abduction, and that's how we took it, and that's how we're treating it at this point, as an abduction. Our crime scene unit and our detectives were all out there investigating this as an abduction, and that is exactly why we had all of our partners here in law enforcement involved, and obviously a positive resolution that came about because of it.
That's all we have right now regarding that situation. We'll ask other questions of Livonia and FBI. That's for that investigation. We're completing that. Anything else? We got some more information to update too. Okay, so we can follow up after. All right.
Chief White, can I ask one more about the children brought here? And it may be reiterating, so I'm sorry. But they're in good health. I'm told they're at Children's Hospital being checked out. Anything else you can tell us about when they were brought here, their condition, etc.?
No, I mean, other than what you have, they were brought here approximately 9:30, turned over to the officers here. Officers did a marvelous job of getting them the health care that they needed and getting them checked out. We don't know if they needed health care, but they certainly have been out of the parents' custody for quite a while. They are stable. I was told recently that they were in good condition, no obvious injuries, and they're at a local hospital. So that's where we're at. All right.
Chief, can you talk a little bit about the 8-year-old that was shot and kind of brief us on where that stands right now?
Yes. 15,700 block of Ward, approximately 10:30 last night. We had another incident of kids finding an unsecured weapon. The investigation is wide open. We've got an adult that's responsible for the weapon in custody. We don't know exactly where that's going to go just yet. Unfortunately, an 8-year-old lost his life. We don't know exactly what transpired once the weapon was found. We're confident that it was an unsecure weapon that led to this tragedy. And we're always here talking about this. If you're going to have a gun, and you're going to be a gun owner, you have to be responsible. And unfortunately, we have yet another situation where one of Detroit's children has been killed because an adult made a horrible decision to leave the gun unsecured.
Are the adults now being cooperative?
Beg your pardon?
Are the adults or whoever lives at home being cooperative?
They're being cooperative. As you can imagine, very tragic situation for the mother and the person that we have in custody is not related to the child, but known to the child. And it's just horrible situation.
Chief, is there an update to the 19-year-old that was shot by allegedly a 72-year-old?
Yeah, that case is also wide open. We are investigating all angles. We're pulling our video assets. We're doing a number of things with this case. We have reason. Let me say this. The information that we have is that there were people shooting at each other, and possibly the 72-year-old intervened. We don't know if there's any validity to that yet, but that's an angle that we're looking at. We're running down a number of different leads on exactly what happened. But we do know this. We do know that a 19-year-old was killed. We do know that people were shooting at each other. And we are looking into exactly what happened from that point.
Do you know if the shooting started between the two groups, 72-year-old and 19-year-old group, or was it the 72 just happened to be there?
So the preliminary information that I have is that it was between two groups, and that the 72-year-old person is more of a good Samaritan in what we're hearing. But again, it's a wide open case. We don't know if that's going to turn out to be truthful or not. But we are investigating all angles, including perhaps charging him at this time. But we just don't know enough yet to make a definitive decision at this point. But whatever we find, we're going to be turning over to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. But it's just a wide open, very confusing case. A lot of work needs to be done on it. A lot of evidence being pulled, a lot of video being pulled, and we're interviewing a lot of witnesses and a few people that were there that were engaged in the conflict. All right.
One last question. The individual or the people who brought the babies to this precinct, are they being investigated, or are they good Samaritans, or what were they?
Well, Livonia's got the investigation again. They're going to look at everything. They've got a lot of work to do, and we don't want to compromise their work by talking too much. We want to make sure that we brief the community, thank the community for their support and help. Everybody's been worried about this case, and we were certainly worried that, not long ago we had a baby that didn't have this outcome. And so we want to put everybody at ease that this partnership and all the work that went into this, these babies are safely and hopefully turned over to their parents soon if that's appropriate. Now, with regards to who turned them over to us and who's here, we really can't get into that. It'd be very irresponsible at this point. They've got a lot of investigation to do. Things have to be turned over to the prosecutor's office, and one inappropriate word from me could cause some problems. But thank you all very much.